Hey everybody, it is Tuesday and it's 2 o'clock, so that means it is time for Top 5 Tuesday. I am your host from Crate Insider, Kate Dillon, and I want to thank you so much for joining me today on this episode. So it is June, help me out here, Tori, is it 2nd today? Yeah. I think 3rd, 4th, June 4th, Tuesday, June 4th for Top 5 Tuesday. And so this week we've got a featured item as one we haven't talked about in a while, but it's really kind of perfect timing. And that is our track and recover GPS trackers. Because if your racing hauler or racing trailer was to be stolen, just imagine you stop and you call the police and you say, hey, wow, my white trailer was stolen. You ever counted how many white trailers are going down the freeway? It's really tough. And and the recovery odds on recovering a trailer are just so slim. And so with this GPS tracker, it's really low profile. It's hardly noticeable. You can hide it anywhere. It operates off of the cell phone towers, which connect to the satellites. And even if somebody was to take your trailer indoors, you would still be able to have that tracking function. You'd know exactly where your trailer was, and you can get those results right on your phone. So we're really, I love the GPS trackers. Of course, I've got one on my trailer, maybe more than one for any thieves who might be watching and thinking that they might try to find my tracker. But so the GPS tracker, this will also give you an alert every time your trailer moves. So, let's say that you park, you've got your race shop is different than being at your house. You get a notification at 2 o'clock in the morning that your trailer's moved. You might be able to take a look. Maybe take a look at your cameras at that point if you've got cameras at your location. I know I certainly have done this. And then I'm like, oh, okay, whether it's still there, if somebody could knock it, or you can have thunder or lightning or something. So it's great to know that it is highly sensitive, and it'll also, hey, it can be tracked. That's the most important thing. So GPS tracker, and we've got these on our website. I believe they run $3.99, but you can check that on the website. Yeah, I didn't write that down. No worries. But that then leads us, if you have any questions about the GPS trackers, feel free to drop them in the comments wherever you are, and if we need to do another video on it or just answer your question, we're happy to do that. All right, so these are the top 5 products. You can see them right here in front of you, and in the number 5 spot this week, we can tell that those temperatures are going up because Kool-Aid is flying off the shelf. And this is a product by Maxima. And so each of these, this is a concentrate right here, and I believe you add it to a gallon of water. We always recommend to use distilled water. That way you don't have to worry about having any other minerals in there. There's a lot going on in your water system throughout your engine, between the aluminum and any of the steel components. And you add a little bit of an electrical charge, and you can end up with some electrolysis. So the last thing you want to do is add any minerals to your water. So we do recommend using distilled water, and then using the Kool-Aid, it will act as a cooling agent. And so we really like this. And it runs, it runs $11.99 for this little 16 ounce. And I believe you add this up to a gallon of water. All right, next up in the number 4 spot is from our friends at LSM. And this is our valve spring pressure tester. So another big question we get around here a lot is, how often should I change my valve springs? And the best answer that I can give you is to test your valve springs on a weekend basis, every weekend, to find out where your pressures are. Keep track of them. I think we've got a chart over on our website. If you have any questions about that, again, drop in a comment into the comment section, and we'll be sure to get you a link to that. But with this pressure tester, then you can check the valve spring pressures on your engine on a week-to-week basis and do it right on there. Now, the thing that's special about this one, I know there's a lot of valve spring pressure testers out there, but the thing about this one is we order it with a 160-pound gauge. Now, the reason I do that is because that means that each of these tick marks is going to be 2 pounds, I believe. Yes, so we're going to be 2 pounds on those. Whereas if you had a 600-pound gauge, which is a very, very typical, then each of those tick marks would be 5 pounds. So that does not nearly give you the accuracy that you need, especially with any of our crate engines that are going to be a lower valve spring pressure. I mean, we're not going to have any springs that are over 160 pounds on a crate engine, as far as on an engine tester. So this is our LSM valve spring pressure tester. Once you check your ratings on your springs, then you'll know, hey, these are starting to fall off. It's time to get some new springs. And of course, we have them here at Crate Insider. We're your hookup for springs for sure. And this valve spring pressure tester runs $289.99, and it'll work on both 602s and 604 engines. So either one of those. All right, next up in the number 3 spot is from our friends at Fast Fuel Air Spark Technology, and this is our Fast Firewire. These happen to be my favorite spark plug wires. Been selling these for quite a while. I love the outer sheath on these. They're kind of like a snakeskin, but the best thing about them is that they really cut down on electronic noise, and they have some of the lowest resistance of any spark plug wires that you'll find for these applications, and the resistance is 25 ohms per foot. And I do like that these are also sized appropriately. Each of the wires is marked with 1 through 8, and then of course it includes a coil wire, and it's meant for that under header installation. And I've had great success. I mean, just the customer feedback has always been so positive on this Fast Firewire, and we've certainly sold lots and lots of sets of these for sure. And they run $203.95 for a set of these. So, you know, if you haven't already, definitely changing out your spark plug wires is really one of those yearly things that you want to do. And so if you're going to change your spark plug wires, definitely would highly recommend the Fast Firewire. That leads us now to the number 2 spot. Yeah, we're just filled with some of my favorite products today. And this is a newer product that we started carrying. And these are our black beadlock wheels, but they're not just beadlocks, they're the forged beadlocks. So you can see on the outside, this outer beadlock, instead of just being a stamped beadlock ring, it is a forged beadlock ring, which means it is all machined. It also means that it's stronger. They weigh about the same. We weighed them like on one of our like our postal scale, and they weighed very close to about the same, but these are going to be much, much stronger. So the forged beadlock with the black interiors, oh man, they just are so pretty. They run $450 per wheel, and we do have those in stock right here in the store. All right, in the top spot this week, this is a product I was out of for a little while, and I neglected ordering it fast enough, but once I did, oh my gosh, these have been flying off the shelf, and these are all Geier bump stops. And this is when you're looking for a bump stop that's going to last you for a long period of time, then the Geier bump stop is going to be a great choice, and it runs $60. So that's in our top spot this week. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for being part of the show. Hit that like and subscribe to us over on YouTube, and I will look forward to seeing you in another video.